Daniel A was telling me right now. He said, there's a modular building curse going on. Could you explain what you're talking about? A base plate curse?
LEGO has put themselves in a very specific position right now where anything they put on a 32 by 32 or 16 by 32 base plate all of a sudden has this holier than thou, holy grail aura around it and is considered something that's supposed to be modular, of a certain quality and compatible with all other sets in that same format.
You literally are a modular building fan, so don't you prefer for your buildings to be on a 32 by 32 base plate or, you know, configured in that format?
There's something just so satisfying about having a system within a system. Like the modular buildings, whether it's the Marvel modular, Ninjago modulars, or the Icons modulars, that fit in a certain format that you can account for. It's confined, contained, they're rearrangeable, and you can put it in basically whatever format that you want, is something that's so satisfying and fun to do. Yes, I love it, and I want a lot of really great things to be modular so that they can be part of this system within a system, but not everything can and should be part of that system. And I think we also have just way too high of expectations for when something is slapped onto a Lego base plate.
Don't get me wrong though, because when I heard they were going to do a Lego X Mansion, I was like, I'm really hoping it's a modular building and modular compatible. But in my eyes, I didn't want it to be modular just for the sake of sticking the Technic pins into the other one and have a quote-unquote satisfying feeling. I wanted it to be quote-unquote modular because you feel like you're getting a certain level of quality with those kind of sets, a certain amount of detail, like a certain amount of care and detail packed into those kind. That's where my mind goes. I'm like, oh, this is a modular building. This is going to be 18 plus build. This is going to be in depth. This is going to be advanced. I'm not like hell bent on these need to stick together physically.
Yeah, I really think you're right. I never actually put the pin connectors in because I want to be able to move things in and out and rearrange at will, because that's part of the fun of having this system within a system.
But do you see what I'm saying though about the quality? Do you think yes. I'm alone in that, or do you think it's people really just want these to line up perfectly with each other?
I think it's a little of both. You want it to be able to line up perfectly and to have consistency visually across the whole system. So even within the Marvel modulars, you want all of those to be able to look good together. If you're going to have X Mansion, Avengers Tower, you want them to be able to look good together. Same could be said for the Ninjago City modulars.
That's the thing, though. They're not going to all look good together. All of the City modular building collection, I mean, you tell us, Daniel A. I feel like it's hard to put all those buildings together and it looks cohesive and good. Maybe a couple of them, like you've done tastefully on your display behind you, the bookshop or the police station, it could work. But having these all line up next to each other doesn't always look good, especially in Marvel's case and even in the regular modular building case, I think.
You're exactly right. So at least having the continuity of quality there, you do want that. So you expect to have a very satisfying build experience, an 18 plus level advanced build experience that is something that looks beautiful on display, that you can admire, that you can feel like, well, you know, I have my adult Lego, very prestigious. That also adds another level of expectation on these base plate situated sets.
But then why did I see people so hell-bent on Twitter, or should I say X, that the new Botanical Garden Lego Ideas set doesn't have any connecting pins on it? Why were people so upset about it? Because it's 32 deep, right? It's 32 studs deep, right?
Yeah, you can totally fit it into any sort of modular display. I think people are getting way too fixated on having pin connectors when who's actually using pin connectors? Let us know if you actually use those. Because I think what's more important is that, okay, you're going to have a base plate set and another base plate set. You can arrange those together. And I think that may have been the intention with this Ideas Botanical Garden. It's like, well, you have the option. We're not going to marry ourselves to the fact like we're going to follow all of the continuity things design-wise from the modular buildings, like the lamppost and the sidewalk and the pinholes, whatever. But because it's a base plate, people have been brainwashed to think like, it's gotta have these things, and I think Lego kind of got themselves into a corner by doing that.
Yeah, they did, because now they can't take creative risks, or they can't deviate design-wise outside of the modular building format. Because like for the Botanical Garden, for example, what if they didn't want to put a sidewalk in the front for the design of the building and the set itself, what it would look better. What if it looked better to have flowers in the front instead of just a sidewalk? And so then you're kind of pinned into a corner. People are like, well, I can't put it with my city because then it's going to go from sidewalks to flowers. And my minifigures are going to be stepping over the flowers. But I just don't see the problem personally, okay, Daniel Leo, and you could sue me, but like they put it 32 studs deep just in case it could look nice in your city, but it wasn't specifically designed with your entire city in mind.
And here's the thing people have to realize is they have specifically delineated certain sub-themes that are modular that do not necessarily go well together. Notice how Ninjago City Gardens is sitting all the way over here. I'm not putting that next to the police station. It would look pretty rough. Like, maybe you enjoy doing that, but like that is its own sub-theme. The modular buildings are their own sub-theme of icons. The Marvel modulars are their own sub-theme of Marvel. So it's like having a base plate set in ideas and people being like, it's not modular because it's its own theme. Like, make it modular if you want, integrate it if you want, but having these expectations that these sets from different sub-themes, icons modulars, the Ninjago modulars, Marvel modulars, ideas modulars, have to be compatible is extremely unrealistic and just kind of, I don't know, defeats the point.
Yeah, that's actually true. It's its own theme, and yeah, it still could look good in a city or with the others, but honestly, in my opinion, on display, I think this Botanical Garden set is going to look best with other botanical collection Lego sets that you can even see on the same page that they're trying to upsell you on the other flower related sets. Yeah, I guess we could cry all we want that it can't physically connect and it doesn't have a sidewalk, but I don't know, maybe this is just people being too hell-bent on having a 32 by 32 base plate with Technic pins on the side. I do see where you're coming from. It is satisfying, but at the same time, guys, let's think outside the box. Let's think outside the plate a little bit.
Let's not pigeonhole our creativity. I'm not going to make the Lord of the Rings modulars and expect them to be compatible with the Ninjago module. I don't know.
That's actually a good point. Why wasn't Rivendell and Barad-dûr modular compatible? Yeah, so what do you guys think? Is there actually a modular building or base plate obsession right now? Do you think that the Botanical Garden is guilty of any crimes of not having pins on the side or a sidewalk? Do you think that it's totally fine? I'd be curious to know. I love hearing all different takes, different opinions from different people. And at the end of the day, we can all just enjoy our Lego sets. We love doing these kind of discussion style videos. Wouldn't be possible at all without our beloved channel members on our channel, the Sakuga Squadron. That would be Richie Rage, Oliver J. the Ginger Lender, Uncle Michael, Uncle Norman, Dr. Dan PhD, I'm Lidme, Mary Kay, Cesar, and MC Go. Thank you guys so much for being channel members on the channel. If you did enjoy this kind of discussion style video, super smash that subscribe button. And if you actually liked it, why not physically like it with hitting the thumbs up button?
If you made it this far in the video, you'll be recognized as a real one if you comment Archaludon in the comments below.
At Mega Blocks, make sure you put the Archaludon set on a 32 by 32 base plate.